This podcast is brought to you in part by Lisa. Lisa is on a mission to give your body the rest it needs with 2 awesome mattresses plus accessories and bases for a better place to sleep. They also believe in providing a better night's sleep for everybody, and to date they've donated more than 32,000 mattresses through more than 1,000 nonprofits. You can get 15% off your entire order at lisa.com/bombcast if you use the promo code BOMBCAST. That's LEESA.com/bombcast, and the promo code is BOMBCAST.
What? Why is everyone looking at me?
I'll go back to sitting there.
Yeah, okay. What? Come on. Everyone knows how to end. It goes, here.
That's just as important as the drop.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you. I needed that.
I didn't want the next thing to start playing. This is hard. There's so many buttons.
It won't start playing.
This is a real podcast. This isn't the after show. I can't just kind of
The after show, that sort of stuff is welcome. It's required to run the after show.
Are we good?
We're great.
Should we keep going?
Oh, yeah.
We're already going.
Is this the Giant Bombcast?
We're on.
Yeah.
This is definitely recording.
Yeah.
This is definitely
on all 3.
Then there's 5.
Would you
There's 5?
would you stake your life on it?
I feel like I already have.
We only get one shot at this.
We don't. We can't. We're not going to get another chance to do this. Okay, let's say. Hey, it's
I can't keep my eyes off everything over there.
this is the Giant Bombcast for December 3rd.
Oh, wow. Happy December, everyone.
2019.
Yeah.
Man.
Hello, hi. It's
Still full from Thanksgiving.
happening.
Wow.
I'm still asleep.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Look at Jan up here at the head of the
This
table.
is really
This
weird.
is very strange.
Yeah.
It's kind of yeah.
I feel short as is, but I feel even shorter now because maybe I'll sit on Ben's booster seat.
Yeah,
What?
we'll switch seats and just by perspective alone.
Yes.
Perspective adds like good 6 inches at least.
At
Yeah.
least.
Everyone is a giant here.
That's why I keep telling everybody, but they don't buy it.
I know.
We're pre-recording this episode this week.
Yeah.
Next week. Last week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We pre-recorded this last week.
Yes.
So you could hear it right now. Because we're deep in Game of the Year.
That's right. We're making Game of the Year happen.
As you are listening to and or watching this,
Mm-hmm.
we're in this room
Yeah.
in
Just
it.
at the
imagine
same
that.
time talking about other stuff
Different games.
Yeah.
And then you'll hear that stuff
in like a month
in between
or something,
like sometime
3
around
weeks
Christmas.
or something. Yeah. So
Oh, that's a lot to take in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is
When
hello.
will then be now?
Oh man, doesn't
Okay.
count if you're not looking at it.
Okay.
Just don't think about it.
I try not to.
Always move forward.
Yeah.
This is too much to take in. It's too many streams are crossing over. The astral plane is calling me on this red telephone.
That is
and
exactly.
don't
answer it.
Don't
answer
Just for once in your life, do not answer the phone.
What if there's a jaunty music video waiting for me?
Well, then.
All right.
look it up on YouTube.
We're going to, speaking of things merging, we're going to combine Bombcast style emails on the show with some after show style voicemails this week.
That Ben's lovingly put together.
Curated.
Yeah. Jeff, I think you know what this means.
Oh no, I also know what this means.
I
then.
think I do know what this means.
Oh no.
This means we need to hear.
If you don't, you have to legally. I think you have to
I
play.
legally have to hit this button.
Voicemail dump trick.
Is your
Voicemail
guys' theme song?
This is the voicemail theme song.
Voicemail dump trick.
Please no talking during the voicemail dump truck.
You have a theme
He's
song?
gonna have to start it again.
Voicemail dump trick.
Ben was so happy when he asked me to put this on the
I
soundboard.
made that.
I know. I was proud of
that
you.
song.
It's a good song.
Thank you.
Not as good as the actual theme song to the after show.
Sure,
but-
yeah, no, but we legally can't play that.
Nope. It's against the law.
Is it?
Yeah. It would have to be an actual episode of the Aftermath for that to happen.
I see.
Did you do the Foley work for like the dump truck noise?
No, I looked up freedumptrucksounds.org.
I thought I was going to
It's getting bought out. It's bullshit.
I know,
My domain.
So realistic.
Screwed up. Don't say stuff on the internet.
But yeah, we've got an after show where you can call and leave us voicemails. If you're interested in doing so, give us a call at 707-EXIT-FLU. That's 707-394-8358.
That's right. And you might hear your voicemail on the after show.
That's right.
Yeah. Or like next year's Bombcast if we do this again.
Maybe.
Right, yeah.
You guys gotten your exit flu shot yet?
I did.
They're doing them here at the building.
Oh, still?
No, not anymore.
Man, I missed it.
Oh, there's a guy.
Okay.
What if it was like because
there
used to be, and maybe this doesn't happen anymore, but there was always like people around the office that were notaries. And they made it known like, if you need to notarize something, I got my stamp in my desk and my book.
Wow.
Got my stamp in my book.
Wow.
And I'll charge you $23. The guy on the third floor charges $27. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
I mean, if you were a notary, wouldn't you enjoy notarizing?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But I wonder if there's that for flu shots. If there's just like, I got, you need that? I got that shit. I got next year's flu shot this year.
Next year's strain today.
Yeah. All the hottest strains.
That's right. We're going to kind of ping pong back and forth between various forms of audience mail here, from email to voicemail and back.
Email to Vmail.
That's right.
And back.
And back.
So
What if we get a text-to-speech thing to read the emails? Would that just be a voicemail then?
Voicemail dump truck.
We also have
me saying
text.
that.
We have texts. People text us sometimes. I don't read those usually. And so those can also be emails.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
versatile.
Those are T-mails.
Yeah.
There's way too many ways for people to get in touch.
I've got low T mails over here.
All right. I'm going to start with an email here in this section called emails sent to bombcast@giantbomb.com.
Wait, I think you have to play the other song now.
Wow. You got it in one. Okay.
It's the one with a little letter on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I put a little letter.
Wow, that's
mail
good thinking.
kinda.
That's very, it's
Intuitive.
No lyrics to that one. I noticed.
no.
We,
Does not.
there's an
talk-
unofficial song out there.
Yeah, check the wiki.
Does it go? Email dump truck. All right.
That's just a mail truck.
Okay.
Hang on, I should have prepared better for this email. I'm going to read it and then open the thing while you talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
This is from Kerrigan in Redmond, Washington.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The burning question everyone has been dying to hear the answer to. Using the old GameSpot spreadsheet method, how would Death Stranding review?
Okay.
Sorry, I just need to pull up this.
Yeah, you got to pull up the. Yeah, so if you don't know, the old GameSpot scoring formula was a weighted average. So certain categories contributed more to the final score than others. Gameplay and reviewers' tilt came in at the highest, and then I think graphics was after that, and then sound and value.
Wait, sound and value were the same?
Sound might have been slightly higher than value, but sound and value might have been the same.
That seems...
That's sound.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to nitpick a 20-year-old review scale.
Yes, that we phased out.
Yeah.
Also, that eventually outlived its usefulness and was retired. And then some might say for doing so, they retired me. But yeah, this was so we had the spreadsheet we plugged the numbers into and just see what the average what it came out to. Sometimes this was wrong because the rounding on the spreadsheet was different than the rounding on the site.
Oh.
So you'd punch it in the spreadsheet and it would come out 8.5, and then you'd enter it and it'd come out 8.6 or vice versa. You know, it's always a little
So this
weird.
is out of 10?
Yes, this is yeah.
So on the site it would round up.
I think that actually the site
Devious.
rounded down, and I think the spreadsheet would round up.
But the numbers were the numbers. You just took it as it came.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You
And
punch in the components.
You didn't necessarily fudge the numbers. You just entered them and went like, "Yep."
Sorry, that's
the only one
score.
that you had like control over as a reviewer was the tilt.
Yeah.
And every bump in that would bump it up 0.3.
Okay.
And so
It's generous.
so that was always like, oh well, I don't want it to be an 8.8.
Mm-hmm.
no,
I
it's
want
got
to
to
be
be a 9.
I want to be 8.5. I don't want it to be 8.5, but I can't make it say 8.7, so I guess it has to say 8.5.
Yep.
So you're saying review scores have always been meaningless?
Yes.
Great.
Absolutely.
I think we've talked about the weighting here. I've got the
Yeah.
spreadsheet formula right in front of me, but
Okay.
pretty sure we've covered that territory before.
Yeah. I just wanted to cover while you opened the thing up.
Yes. I've got the venerable scorecalc.xls right here in front of me.
Okay.
It's loaded into Google Drive, available for all time.
Great. You should just share that publicly and just get it out there to the people so they can have their own fun.
Put it on a rapid share link or something.
Math.
All right. I think Death Stranding is a pretty good looking game.
Graphically?
I think it
Yeah.
is pretty good.
There's
think
good
like a-
looking faces in there.
Is that like a
and,
graphics 8? Is that like a...
I would say
Oh,
it's
it looks
at least
good.
an
I'd say
8.
a 9.
I'm torn.
There's like not much that looks bad. I can't really think of anything.
Yeah.
I'd say like terrain
I think,
variety.
yeah, but
Sure.
the landscapes are a little samey, a little
Okay.
repetitive.
8 would mean great. 8 would mean this is a great
Sure.
looking game.
Yeah, see, I have this modern,
Yeah,
like,
9 would be a superb looking game.
Yeah.
Those are some superb looking monster cans, though.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's a great Redis.
Well,
Top of the line Redis.
That's what Tilt is for.
Oh, okay.
So you think graphics 8?
I think that's probably right.
Okay.
I feel like the cutscenes have like a weird little micro stutter in that game.
There are definitely parts of it that I
I'm
thought
being super nitpicky,
that
but
looked kind of funky. But
yeah, some of the animation is a little strange. Yeah, I think an 8 is right for that.
Okay.
Sound also pretty strong, I think.
strong, not a ton of it, but there's some good text message tones.
Yeah, those the codec call sounds are
yeah.
fantastic.
The music is well
your
used.
little, like,
music is used well.
shoulder guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
beeping.
Clicky-clacky, tweety.
A lot of I think the voice acting is pretty good.
Yeah, some good performance.
Generally, I can't think of much that
Some of the best Mads Mikkelsen that's ever been in a video game.
Wow.
I haven't seen as much Troy Baker as some, but I'll agree with what Vinny said that he kind of hams it up maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, whatever. That's a very small part of the overall sound category.
You think it's like a 7 or you think it's like an 8?
I
Or
would go 8. I think on
Okay.
that.
you say it has great sound.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Okay. Gameplay.
Oh,
I like playing Death Stranding.
I don't like playing Death Stranding.
I like playing some of Death Stranding.
I'm with Ben.
I'm with Jeff.
I left off in what people say is the best part of the game, so
Okay.
nobody.
You left during the best parts.
I
Oh my
put it down in chapter 5 when other games started coming out. but
so it wasn't strong
When
enough
real
to keep you
video
playing.
games.
So I guess nobody here is fully qualified to review this game.
I would say it's probably like a 4
man,
or a
that's-
3
that's way too
in
low.
gameplay.
It's way too low.
Is it though?
I would say like a 6.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
it, the things it has you do
Fair.
when you're
is what that would
yeah.
translate to. You think the gameplay, it's fair.
like okay, it's annoying. It's really annoying having to hold the shoulder buttons to like balance, but then sometimes you're skidding down a hill and you're like kind of let go because you know you have a clear path and you just start running and then you slide down the hill and you land and you don't fall and you're like, this is just in another game I'd literally be pushing the stick forward. And that's all. I wouldn't have to worry about all this stuff, but it somehow makes walking down a hill fun.
Like you just had a gameplay moment there.
Yeah. But then
I-
that's like kind of as exciting as it gets to me.
Yeah, like when you're like crouch walking through an array of ghost men and throwing blood grenades at them to clear a
Oh
path.
god,
Yeah,
like,
all
it's
the-
just like the weapon stuff. Is
All the
not-
combat is kind of whatever.
Yeah.
the melee combat's kind of cool, but then it becomes completely redundant when you get that bolo gun.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that where, like, yeah, the mule fighting is not especially engaging. Not that it needs to be, but like I think that if anything, I would say that game could do with even less combat because I think what they did put in there just gets
Yeah, it's
In a way, it's
trivialized
not,
and
it's not great. But all the collective building stuff is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, I would have scored this much lower gameplay wise if I continued playing offline and it was just barren landscape
Oh,
all
sure,
around.
sure.
But as soon as I popped online, seeing everything ping up, it was like, oh wow, well,
I guess I
Makes
could
it a
see the
little
6.
better.
I would probably go 4 or 5, but I guess I could see the 6 in context of what we're in
right.
light of what we're saying.
I might have argued for a 7, but I don't really have it in me. Let's say a 6.
It's a good game of the year practice.
Yeah, right. Well, we're just getting our Death Stranding chat out of the way now.
Yeah.
That game's not going to come up during. Don't worry.
That's what I'm
This is the
saying.
last time we'll talk about this game.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Tilt.
Well, what about value? Do we do value first?
Well,
and then tilt?
that's the order it's in on the sheet.
Weird, because on site tilt was the bottom one.
Yeah, I mean,
and
we do value
All right,
next.
let's do value next, because otherwise my brain will break.
3.
yeah.
I mean, by all accounts, the game
It's very long.
is very
It
long.
is, yeah.
Oh, okay,
But like,
for value.
is that value time? I value my time, and if a game is just a bunch of malarkey, but there's a lot of that malarkey.
When this
It's actually a negative.
yeah. When
So you gotta
this
subtract.
score scale was being used, the people using it were young enough to not give a fuck about their personal time.
Yeah.
So a longer game was usually like,
Yeah, value pretty much just scaled upward with length.
Right.
not always. You know, if it was bad length, it was still bad length.
Yeah.
But
Or like if it took forever to get good, that goes. I guess that's not.
yeah,
even
if
value.
it was like, if learning to play, I could see. But I think taking both ends of it, this seems like 6-ish to me. Maybe 7. Like, right? Is that like is it
Why
a
not?
good? Is it a good value? Is it a fair value?
I got a good couple dozen hours out of like an enjoyable part of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I can
even if
see a
you were
7.
like most people and played up through like chapter 3 or 4 and then stopped, that's still pretty all right.
It's a good chunk of
Yeah.
time.
That's a good amount of stuff. 7? You want to say?
Sure, 7.
Sure.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the elusive tilt.
1. Because if you think about it, the reviewer's tilt was usually used to sway a score. If you felt a game was more or less than the sum of its parts, you would sway it accordingly with the tilt.
The je ne sais quoi scale.
Precisely.
The stuff.
The chutzpah.
Yes. The esprit de corps.
I
Like
can tell you what it comes in at with a tilt of 1.
I think whatever it comes in, because the component scores are what they are, right? That's okay. Like, it's a great looking game, okay, whatever. But like, then the tilt would be like, okay, but also it all adds up to kind of some bullshit.
With a tilt of 1, it's a 5.2.
That's about
Sounds good to me.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
I might go tilt 2 to get it a 5.5.
That's a 5.3. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'd screwed that up.
Yeah.
What did we say for value? 7.
7.
Yeah.
Now these fields being out of order is screwing me up.
What's that bring it to?
5.8 with a tilt of 3.
That sounds
And a
good.
value
I'd go
7.
tilt. I'd go tilt 2.
Yeah.
5.5.
Yeah. A solid mid 5. Like, 5 was mediocre.
Hideo Kojima presents a solid mid
A
5.
solid mid 5.
Has Greg
Man, the scoring works.
I really don't want to put Greg on the spot here, but has he weighed in publicly on Death Stranding?
I don't know that he has.
I bet he would.
I imagine they've had so many Hades updates coming through, but
This seems like the kind of game he might have reviewed.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
yeah, I would.
He would have been interested in
Yes,
all the weird stuff that thing
absolutely.
does.
I would have been all for assigning that game to Greg for sure.
All right. Let's say 5.5.
Let's say 5.5.
That's all I've got in me. So there you have it.
That's all Death Stranding has in it.
If Death Stranding had come out in, let's say, 2005.
Or even late 2006.
Yeah.
I think that was around the time we swapped it out.
Yeah,
It's like late
That
06.
sounds right.
When did Greg leave?
Like early
That was
07.
Okay, yeah. So we were already pretty deep in on the new scoring system. Like, it wasn't, I don't think it had rolled out yet, but he and I had spent a lot of time on it by then.
All right, there is the official GameSpot that no longer exists score
Stamp.
for Death Stranding. Voicemails, if you please.
I please.
Hey, 3M boys. It's like 9 a.m., but I work night shift, so it's 3 a.m. for me. I just saw a guy running through a parking lot. He's wearing jeans and smoking a cigarette and like a big puffy jacket. Yeah. Do you think is that a GTA protagonist? Just wondering. If so, if you were a GTA protagonist, what would your storyline be? Thank you.
Man, voicemails are wild.
Yeah, because people can call while they're seeing shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Puffy jacket, jeans, smoking a cigarette. I don't
Running.
think that's the running.
I feel like running through a parking
Yeah.
lot is crucial here.
Yeah.
At 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Running while smoking is, definitely.
If he had a
sign of-
gun, that would seal the deal. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got a
He
puffy
may
jacket.
have,
Hide a lot of
course,
stuff
yeah.
in a puffy jacket.
It would depend on the color of the puffy jacket for me. If it was
white.
nice, no, if it was a nice bright orange, it'd be like, that guy's from GTA.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's
Yeah.
black, it's like, oh, that guy's got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
I pictured white, like the IKEA monkey in my head when I when I visioned
Puffy
this.
jacket. Oh.
I was thinking like a dark blue.
Okay, are we talking fur on the hood?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Thug.
So if you were the protagonist of your own GTA, what would your arc be?
Arc?
Or, you know,
I'd
give me
be a criminal trying to not be a criminal, but then I get sucked back into being the best criminal.
Right.
by.
Wow. Power,
Here's
drugs.
Okay, I was gonna say your cousin.
Yeah, sure. Power, drugs.
Like I murder hundreds upon thousands of people, and I'm still a pretty nice guy at the end of the day.
Could be the innocent bystander that gets sucked into some bad business and then quickly finds himself in over his head.
Desperately reaching for internet fame and then getting tied up with money laundering with actual Danny Tamborelli. That was a voice in GTA 5.
Yeah. I like that. They don't really have like clout chasing has never been a huge
This
GTA
is the second
theme.
time you and I have talked about clout chasing
In
within
this
the past.
room.
Is this clout with a K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Is that going to do it?
Yep.
That will do it.
What do you got?
I forgot to pick an email.
Oh, man.
This email comes in from Old Bo.
Old Bo.
Aw.
Is Shenmue the Simon's Quest of the Dreamcast? Discuss.
Yeah, I mean, Simon's Quest was kind of bullshit. I don't know. I didn't have that opinion of it then because I finished Simon's Quest.
Simon's Quest or Shenmue? Okay.
Like, I played Simon's Quest and was like, all right, this is a little out there, but
Yeah.
I'm still having an okay time.
I don't think I ever finished it because I found it inscrutable.
Well, yeah, there are parts of that game that are just nonsense, and they were more than happy to have all that shit in Nintendo Power for you.
Was that in Nintendo Power?
Yeah, it was like
Is that the
fucking
one where
walk
you had
here and
to-
crouch,
Yeah.
and then fucking the shit will show up.
Wait for the cyclone to take you away.
Yeah, there was that sort of shit in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Shenmue is that kind of.
No,
Shenmue's a
that's
different kind of
bullshit.
yeah.
What's the response been to 3? I feel like I have not.
It's mostly people going like, "Wow, they made another one of these and kept it true to what that means," which is to say, it seems as bad as those other games.
But the people who want that
Yeah,
are satisfied?
right. I guess.
Huh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope they
There's a
are.
few folks out there that are just like, after 18 years, finally, I get to know what happens to Rio.
And they're into just like how broken a lot of the dialogue is and all that stuff.
I've seen it
Because
compared
that's
to
how
like,
it was then.
like a Dreamcast game that's been pulled out of a time capsule.
Huh. I'm sure in some weird roundabout way that's what people wanted.
Yeah, it's interesting if nothing else that like that was what came out the other end. Like a modernized Shenmue. What does that even?
Interesting metaphor.
Yeah. Like what does a modernized Shenmue look like? It's like a modern Yakuza
Yakuza.
game at that
Yeah.
point, right? I mean,
Sure.
that's kind of
God. Yeah. Huh.
it's a pretty
Shenmue
direct.
is
It's a
kind
pretty
of
direct
like
lineage.
The prototypical version of Yakuza.
Totally.
Weird. All right. I'm going to say that does it for that email.
All right. I wish I played this as the last voicemail.
Hey Jeff, hey Ben, this is Randall from Rennes, Georgia.
So
Is Death Stranding a platformer?
I mean, you can jump. Actually, there are like flat out like little canyons
that you can
I mean, you
canyons
can
have to
build
jump
your own
over.
platforms. It's like fucking Mario Maker.
There are totally spots where you have to jump over gaps onto other platforms.
Wait, like
don't have
so
to.
it's like Tony Hawk. Then you're hitting.
Well,
gaps.
you can.
You can
ride
you
on.
can,
the
You can
little
surf
fairy
that
thing.
little hover levitating cargo thing.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, like if it obviously it's a Strand game, like it's kind of the quintessential Strand game.
But that's
in a way.
it's a free game. It's full reactive eyes entertainment, just like Shenmue was. Everyone knows that.
Do they?
Everyone knows that.
I believe that Death Stranding is a platformer.
I am going to say it's not as a genre. Dick is not a platformer. It is
It's a 3D platformer,
an
like
action.
Mario.
It is an action adventure game.
It's like Mario.
You have an inventory.
Mario has different hats.
Is the one.
No, Mario 64. He's got the green one.
But he doesn't keep them all on him, and you don't go to a sub screen to equip the green hat.
Okay, what about Banjo Kazooie?
What about it?
He's got ammo.
Uh huh.
Bird.
It's a third person shooter. Next.
I'm out.
All right, great.
I've lost.
All right. Then here is an email from Justin in upstate New York. Help settle a debate between my friends and me. Do chains like IHOP and Denny's and whatnot count as diners, or does a diner require being some sort of local establishment?
Those are chain diners. Like
Yeah.
like,
The chain.
I feel
yeah.
like
Like
Yeah.
any of the
in a
places.
pinch.
Yeah, I feel like any of the places that try to specialize in breakfast, specifically like an IHOP, a Denny's.
Waffle House.
Yeah,
A Mel's Diner has it in the name.
that's right.
True. That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's
That's
a
a good
chain.
point.
I feel like they qualify as some type of diner. But also, like, I'm out here on the West Coast. I don't know from diner culture. Like, all the East Coast diner shit is bizarre to me and fascinating.
They are greasy spoon establishments.
Yep. Do you need to have a jukebox in a diner?
I don't think so.
I hope
Most do. Most
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, plenty do.
I don't think. I feel like I've never seen.
You go to Waffle House, there's a jukebox in there.
Is there really?
Probably.
Do they all play songs about waffles? They all have like Waffle House hits, like all that
God,
weird
I
shit.
wish.
Yeah.
I really wish.
I can't remember ever seeing a jukebox in a Waffle House.
Really?
Yeah.
The ones that I'm familiar with definitely had a
So
jukebox.
distracted by the bullet holes in the windows.
And I've seen so many that I think it's a thing. People
I
let me
believe it.
know
I
if
guess I
they-
just never thought to look for it before. Okay. So the official answer is yes, those are diners.
Asked and answered.
What up, 3 a.m. boys? This is Brett calling from Dallas. Don't usually stay up this late, but tonight I decided to be a 3 a.m. boy so I could play some more of this Halo Reach beta flight that Microsoft has going on for the Master Chief Collection right now. And it reminded me of back in middle school when me and my buddies would play Halo 3 until the sun came up. And as a kid, pulling an all-nighter was fun and kind of an accomplishment in a way, but staying up this late as an adult just sucks ass. But I was wondering if you guys had any specific video games that you have fond memories of playing until the sun rose, or fun memories of pulling all-nighters with your buddies. Thanks.
We used to, after the bar, come back to my place and just play through Metal Gear Solid just for the hell of it.
Wow.
2,
Over
3
and
o'clock.
over?
Yeah, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Not
Wow.
over and over, but like, once a week or something like that.
Yeah.
That lasted like a summer or something like that.
That reminds me when I was drunk at a party with Max Scoville of IGN, and he was like, "Oh, my Blu-ray copy of The Rock just showed up at my house," and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen The Rock." He's like, "We have to go," and he like drove us back to his house at 2 a.m. so we could watch The Rock on Blu-ray. Did it with Smash in high school a little bit. Played that till the sun came up a couple times. But most of my all-nighter memories are tied to like working on the student newspaper, and it's before deadline day, and we gotta like hustle this out the door.
Yeah.
Yes. I wrote just about every paper in college the night before or the morning of the due date.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in junior high, I had a friend, and he would like stay the night or something, and we would like rent like a bunch of movies and just stay up watching movies and not really play games all night.
What kind of flicks?
Just it was whatever, it was like
whatever?
it's just we would go and just like this and this. I don't know. There's like 2 Three Stooges tapes and a comedy and a horror movie and just like just whatever. And do that, but not so much.
A lot of the Gears horde mode, I think it was for 2. A buddy and I would just stay up till God knows when, just going and doing multiple rounds.
I know I've had like weird fighting game benders with people.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think TIE Fighter is the first game I can remember playing from like the time I got up to the time I went to sleep and then dreaming about it.
In the days of like renting games, just to try to maximize value, you'd sometimes stay up all night. So we did that with Flashback one time.
Yeah.
Played it straight through.
I played Neverwinter Nights that way.
Wow.
I was just I went to sleep, but like so I took vacation from work and I had this trip planned. I had cashed in a bunch of miles. I was gonna go hang out with some people in Canada. And I had met one of them before, but it was like a group thing, like a bunch of IRC things. It was like, and I just was like, nah.
No, not gonna.
And I just didn't go to the airport. Instead, I played through Neverwinter Nights. It seemed like the right choice. I don't know.
You could have made lifelong friends. Oh man,
I mean, you're still alive today, so
that's true.
They're still waiting, Jeff.
Neverwinter Nights was very good.
All right, here's an email signed Jonathan ATL. I'm
All
going
right.
to assume that means he is from there.
Let's hope so.
Today I learned that the Nutty Professor won an Oscar for Best Hair and Makeup. What other Eddie Murphy films deserve such a prestigious award?
Coming to America.
Yes.
For hair and makeup,
Yeah.
in particular,
Mhm.
or just
Costumes.
or just
Oh,
any,
yeah. Wardrobe,
or
whatever
just
you call
any
it.
Academy Award.
Oh, just any Academy Award?
Yeah,
Best Picture for Norbit.
Okay.
Pluto Nash.
Has he had
Golden
a release
Child.
in a while?
That
Dolomite.
Dolomite movie just came out.
Oh,
Huh.
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
How old is Eddie Murphy?
57.
23.
Wow.
58.
Huh.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Jeez.
All right.
That's not bad.
I mean, Shrek was obviously snubbed.
Which
what
one?
would you have given it an award for?
Best animated movie, best soundtrack,
Best donkey.
best donkey, best swamp,
Best rom-com.
best waffles.
Wow, there's a lot of Shrek stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot of Shrek stuff.
Just looking at Eddie Murphy's IMDb page. Shrek's Thrilling Tales, Shrek's Yule Log,
Mm. Yep.
Shrek Forever After,
Yep, that was a bad movie.
Shrek the Halls.
Yep.
There's that one
Oh,
DVD special
wow.
where they do
I've
like
seen
American
most of those.
Idol. but
Yes.
Shrek.
Why? What?
Oh, yeah.
Shrek was really hot.
Shrek
Why?
made Shrek 2 is like
Shrek
one of
was
the
their
highest
property, yeah.
grossing movies.
I
or
have
something.
never
Shrek
seen
4D.
any of the Shrek films or.
Oh, the 4D
Any-
adventure
I've-
at Universal Studios? Yeah.
Shrek in the Swamp Karaoke Dance Party.
Yep.
Shrek, the movie, or maybe it's Shrek 2 or both, are available on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing that and thinking
Good.
about buying it.
Good to know.
I'm glad my mom stopped me.
Yeah, if you like high quality video.
Shrek is like the Frozen of now
Huh.
in terms of, well,
There's
probably
all those
All
Despicable
those
Me
little
or
girls singing
like the
to
Minions.
When I saw
Lot to
her
unpack
face.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Minion. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. I think that's probably the right
yeah.
Right.
audience overlap.
Because there weren't a bunch of little boys singing about being ogres, but there's a bunch of people all about the Minions.
Yeah,
If memes had existed in 2001,
if only.
Shrek would have been all over
Where
them.
would we be now?
Shrek would have been on Facebook screaming about politics.
Yeah. Oh God.
Another voicemail.
Yes, please.
3 a.m. crew. It's Nick in Portland. A couple days ago, I adopted a cat. It's really awesome. What should I name the cat? That's all.
Okay.
Look, we don't demand that people be on something when they call in. It just happens that way.
It just works out. When you say that people should call at 3 a.m, you get a certain type of phone call.
Size
Even when
Noodles.
they don't call.
Size Noodles is really good.
Name the cat Size Noodles.
Meepo.
Fife Dog.
Exit flu. It just flew for short.
Carol.
It's alliterative.
Elsa.
Carol the cat. Eddie Meowfie.
I do have a thing for pets with people names.
Yeah.
I find it very entertaining.
What about pets with occupation names?
Baba Yatu.
Give me
Like a bulldog named Sheriff.
that's not bad.
Okay. What about a cat named
Scooby Doo.
Construction worker.
construction
Blender.
worker?
Okay.
Barista.
Huh. Okay. All right. There's something to this.
Call a cockatiel named Professional Bloggist.
Influencer.
Sure.
It's a very influential bird.
Iguana named Notary. Okay. All right. My turn.
Yep.
Damn it.
Your turn.
It's hard to respond to voicemails and also pick a new.
Yeah. Tell me about
This
it.
is tough.
Well, you see, it's. Oh, did you not actually want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, no, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to
No,
zoom in on
I
it.
don't actually believe you.
I own the power.
All right. I've got it.
That's what He-Man would say.
I own the power.
Okay. Alwyn from the Netherlands. Imagine when an actual Hideo Kojima movie comes out and it still includes all his quirks, in quotation marks, found in his game's cutscenes. Names of characters, along with the actors, pop up when they're introduced. Artist, song, and album pop up whenever a song plays. Oh, yeah. in sneer quotes, unusual character names. The use of overly obvious symbolism. Long briefing scenes.
Awesome.
Can you guys think of any other Kojima touches that are not common in cinema but would be interesting to see in a film? Somehow, the more I think about this, the more I would like to see him direct a movie.
The ability to move the camera yourself for a scene and then zoom in.
Okay.
Really obnoxious
It's
product
coming out for
placement.
Game Boy Advance.
Oh,
this
fantastic.
movie. Yeah.
He did break the fourth wall an awful lot in Snatcher.
Okay. arguably, and some of the Metal Gears too.
Creepy stuff with ladies.
Yeah.
No, he said uncommon to movies.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like that wasn't always. And maybe it was.
What?
Well, that wasn't always a Kojima thing, but it just feels like he's kind of maybe just the graphics got better to a point where you're just like,
well, it's definitely gotten worse.
It's gotten worse because also like Metal Gear has had some amazing female characters, like Meryl is.
Yeah, but like
Meryl's arc is maybe like by the time they get to where they're going.
Isn't MGS1 the one that's got like the long slow-mo shot of her butt and them talking lovingly about her?
Right, it does.
Snake.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I would also watch a Hideo Kojima movie.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, fuck yes.
Sure. Did you see him tweeting about he's possibly looking at doing a horror game?
I'm all for it.
Next.
Sure.
That'd be interesting.
Or talking about watching a bunch of horror movies.
I mean, though the parts like getting caught by a BT in Death Stranding is honestly incredibly stressful, and like the getting dragged and stuff like that's straight out of a horror game. I think you could totally nail it.
People like PT an awful lot.
Yeah, the dragging that happens when you get caught by a BT reminds me of Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
like the fast shot.
Yeah. Yeah, low to the ground.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Hey, 3 a.m. boys. So I got a question for you. I'm on a long-ass drive. It's about 12 hours going from Florida to North Carolina, so I've been thinking a lot. What's the best elevator in video games?
Oh, man.
Thanks, y'all.
We were just talking about Metal Gear. That part in Metal Gear Solid where you're like on the codec with Otacon, and he's like, those stealth suits went missing, and then you just see the dudes behind you.
That's right up there.
That's like honestly one of my favorite moments in a game.
Elevator action's good. You can ride on top of the elevator.
Hell yeah.
And really fuck shit up.
Yeah, and you can get fucked up by those same elevators.
You can get crushed by those elevators. You can not jump past the halfway point.
If you want.
Very confusing elevators.
It's kind of like that elevator in Final Fight where you fight Rolento.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I mean, the Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Oh, I don't know.
You get to chat with your friends.
Those
Streets of
radio
Rage
updates
has some straight up Final Fight elevator. I feel like there's like some
I think
sort
any
of like
good brawler has a good like.
Did you know
The Simpsons arcade game?
I was looking through the Giant Bomb wiki.
Yes.
Which I forget what I was looking up. It was a game that was a Final Fight style game, and they called it a conveyor belt style game.
I've heard that.
I had never heard that term before until about a month ago
Totally
to
makes
describe
sense.
like a Final Fight or anything where you could walk up and down, but it kind of
It's like a vertical
conveyor
conveyor belt.
Keep walking to the right.
That's all you can do. Did you notice that the elevators, the company that makes the elevators in Control is named Paine?
That's pretty good.
Paine. Yeah. All right. Here's an email from Terry in Sutton in the UK. This past weekend, I went to see the Christmas lights being turned on in my town. They usually get some forgotten celebrities to do it, and this year was no exception. There was a performance from a 90s UK boy band with a small amount of success called East 17. After they'd finished their small set...
Great name.
E17.
No. After they'd finished their small set, they walked off stage, only to return a minute later for what you'd think would be an encore, but no. They simply yelled, "Put your hands in the air for social media," and left again. I immediately started laughing uncontrollably and turned to my 9-month-old baby girl to apologize for bringing her into this godforsaken world. Any thoughts?
Were they taking a picture of the crowd?
Put your hands in the air.
Probably.
God, that's probably the
Probably
actual
they were like, look at all the people that showed up to see us. And they're all very excited.
That's the actual practical reason they did that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's way less interesting.
Yeah, I doubt it was them just saying like, man, thank God for social media because we can still get booked on shows.
There might be something to that.
Yeah.
We still have a following.
East 17.
East 17.
All right. No.
Anybody?
No.
Nope.
Got anything?
Nothing?
Not ringing any bells.
Nada.
Nothing?
I'm gonna type that into the internet here.
Wikipedia says East 17 are an English pop boy band. So
Okay.
that means they still exist.
Okay.
They're still around.
It seems like they maybe don't have many of the original members left.
Uh-oh. That's the whole thing, right? Isn't that, well,
But they have Kyle, right?
like that's the Menudo
it's
thing.
Terry,
right?
It's
Robbie,
Terry.
and another Terry.
Kyle's gone.
Yeah.
The top song on their Spotify is "Stay Another Day." Has 20 million hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they put out an album in 92 and they put out an album in 2012. That is some longevity.
This Wikipedia page says that their popularity was aided by strong tabloid interest in their bad boy image compared to the clean-cut image of rivals Take That.
Fuck Take That.
I've heard of Take That.
Yeah.
Shit.
E17 is from the rough part of town.
Nice.
They're all wearing puffy coats.
This is pretty rough. Turn this off.
Hey, we got like 22
people
more
listen
seconds.
to this show. We'll actually we'll run into trouble playing music.
It's fair use. Fair use.
All right.
Editorially, I think that song is bad.
Editorial, I'm inclined to agree.
Hi, this is Nathan from Olympia, Washington. What's the best thing to do at the county fair?
That's the thing about voicemails. There's no volume control across them, and I got to ride that dial.
Eat garbage food.
Yeah.
Fuck. What?
Sorry, Jeff. What was that?
Yeah, eat garbage food. I'm with him.
I like betting on horse races. I'm not much of a gambling man, but the Sonoma County Fair has that big horse track.
It does.
Huh.
And it's real fun to just get up there, spend like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know anything. I don't have a system. I don't know anything about like odds and
That
shit.
horse looks pretty.
But I'm like, I like this name. This name's funny.
What about C. Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think it was Weird Al ever played State Fair.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Wausau, Wisconsin.
I like a demolition derby.
Yeah. What's the least good thing to do at a county fair?
Walk through that hall where there's just flowers and stuff.
Oh, but they're pretty.
Yeah, that
I've come to enjoy it as an adult. As a kid,
Yeah.
for sure. Fuck that. But
Sit-
like seeing the pumpkins that people grew
Okay.
and being like, that's a nice pumpkin.
That's a nice pumpkin.
Look at that pumpkin.
That's a nice pumpkin.
That pumpkin looks like it'd be in a coloring book about fall.
Wow.
Worst thing would be sitting through a Jack Sparrow impersonator at a county fair.
Ooh.
But then, like,
You
he's
see that
almost
at the Rent Fair all the time.
oh god, but
Like
he's almost better than actual Jack Sparrow.
Like a silent one, or are they trying to do the voice?
Oh, it's a whole sideshow.
Okay.
I feel like there's a
That
lot
sound
of like
pretty bad.
really low rent magic shows,
Mhm.
like on
Ooh, yeah.
side stages at
Mm.
fairs too. You can see some pretty,
Dirty.
or hypnosis. I sat through watching people get hypnotized once.
Did
Great.
they bark or just like change chairs?
I don't know.
or-
I don't. They just. I don't know. They just looked at the pretty coin of gold and then they did as they were told.
Okay.
And then the
all
gates
ran
to the
over.
demolition derby
That's
opened and
all
we
any
ran
of us
away.
can do. Okay. All right. Email from Bob. Recently, Daigo mentioned a story where he got punched in the face several times by someone at an arcade after he won too much at Street Fighter. This prompted a bunch of stories online of other people witnessing fights and other roughhousing at arcades, including but not limited to people getting stabbed over infinite combos and people getting thrown out over no throws rules. Do you guys have any stories like this?
I mean, no stabbings or anything like that. Just people pushing each other around. Like no real fist fights or anything. Nothing good.
Yeah, like a lot of yelling, or like there'd be like someone who was significantly older than the kids at the arcade that would try to then impose his will on the kids for losing.
Yeah. People would just like smack the machines. Like, I don't fucking know.
I got my heart beat up at an arcade.
Oh.
But I was in like the 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then I'd asked a girl out that was significantly older than me.
Yeah.
And she said, "You're way too young."
Oh, God.
Oh.
Man.
I mean, that's at least that's not a hey,
Ew.
hey, you're garbage.
Yeah, she could have been like, ew, or something like
I
that.
think she might have said ew, or one of her friends did to my friend and I. I was asking for it. We
Good
were playing
on you,
VR.
though. Good on you. You tried.
Seth Killian had some pretty good stories along these lines.
I bet.
I could imagine.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I did. Yes, I remember that. Yes.
I think we could write a movie on some of these stories, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah.
3 a.m. boys. It's only 11 o'clock here in Sacramento.
Unacceptable.
I've got 2 young kids, so it feels like 3 a.m.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Anyways, just got back from Jack in the Box. Ordered some 2 tacos.
Yep.
But I got 4 tacos.
Yeah.
Drive-through.
Fuck yeah.
How do you all handle ordering 2 tacos? Do you say two tacos? 4 tacos and hope the person doesn't get you 8? It's a quandary. Anyways, that's what I got.
It's a quandary for sure.
I didn't get enough sleep last night for this question.
That is, you have been #blessed.
No, I think the implication is he wants 4 tacos, but he wants to make sure he gets exactly 4 tacos.
I thought he said that he ordered 2 and got 4.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
But he also says, he says,
but then he's like, how should I order
how do you
these?
handle ordering 2 tacos?
Is there a menu item on the Jack in the Box menu called 2 tacos?
At times there is
Okay.
a value deal or something that is 2 tacos for some price.
So you could say that you wanted 4 tacos and end up with 8.
Yes, that's the worry. So that's why you have to say 2 tacos. It's the only way. It's the most concise and clear way to do it.
You could just tell the person in the drive-thru, it's like, I want the 99-cent tacos, and then or now it's like $1 something, and be like, okay, that's 2 tacos.
Yeah, that is actually a
but then
pretty...
But how do you get two of them?
2 orders of the $1 blah, blah, blah tacos.
Seems like it's overcomplicating things.
I just want to make sure we're all
tacos is cleaner.
I'm just gonna fucking roll the dice and just say, hey, give me 4 tacos, and see
And
what
if I
end
get
up with.
8,
if I get 8,
then
hey,
I'm just gonna have to get down to business.
living clean.
I ate 4 tacos in one sitting for the first time, in addition to another sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, I felt real bad. It was probably one of the worst I felt after eating fast food.
Why would you? What?
I haven't been to Jack in the Box in years because the last time I went, I felt terrible.
Oh, you know what the problem is? You got to get him no lettuce.
Oh, it's E. coli.
Yeah. Everything else on the tacos is prime.
What is in those tacos?
A meat.
A meat.
Sawdust.
Is it for sure a meat?
It's like half soy, half meat mixture. A slice of American cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good slice.
And some taco sauce.
Some taco sauce and some lettuce. I stand by the 2 tacos for $1 is the greatest fast food add-on item in the history of chain restaurants.
And now Burger King has very similar tacos. Except their sauce has almost like a barbecue sauce type.
What?
Or they fucked up the last time I got them and they had a barbecue sauce.
No, you're right. It has a little bit of tang to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be good.
Hey, they are.
I would frequent a taqueria next to my house in college. The one in
Park Merced. Oh, that one's garbage.
It's bad, but like when you're drunk at
that bar next to it,
Park
also
77.
garbage.
That's where I had my first date with my partner.
Cute.
You're right, it's garbage. But I was pretty tight with the guy who worked there, and he was high all of the time. Like visually and audibly high. And one day,
so your stats were higher enough that you could perceive.
Yes, that's right.
Him to be high.
That's a joke from last week's Giant Bombcast. I walked in one day and he just like kind of snapped at me. He's like, bro, come here. He's like, I don't care what you were going to order. I'm going to make you something. Just give me $8. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. You haven't done me wrong yet. And he gave me kind of like a pretty standard carne asada burrito, but with barbecue sauce and Fritos in it.
Okay.
And it kicked ass. Oh my God, I've been chasing that high ever since. Like it was a one of a kind. There's so many computers over here, guys. There's so much to keep track of. I'm sorry. I'm stumbling over my words.
It's fine.
I'm freaking out.
I've done that to a customer when I worked at a Vietnamese sandwich shop. He was a regular. I told him like, hey, just I'll charge you for a sandwich, but let me make you something different. And then we would sell spring rolls at this Vietnamese sandwich shop. But I decided to make him a spring roll burrito.
Okay.
So it was like a fat just one singular spring roll. But where I could have just took everything that you put in the sandwich inside the spring roll, I also took the bread and put that in the burrito spring rolls. And then he loved it. And then my manager got mad because he was like, Jan, what the fuck? That's not on the menu. We can't do that for friends.
Oh, and then she said, oh, that dude's not my friend.
It would have broke his heart because he was still around.
Okay.
What you should know before trying Burger King's tacos is the first result that came up when I Googled Burger King's
They use the same burger.
I wrote this article. Here it is. I'll just give it to you. 1, they're good. 2, you should try them. 3, say no lettuce.
Okay. Here's another headline. Burger King wins the taco race to the bottom.
Wait, what's the one thing I need to know?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a video. I'm not about to.
Ah.
Not giving them traffic. All right.
Race to the bottom with what? I mean, what other
of value?
I can pull that back up if you like.
Taco.
And keep going.
You'll try that
anything?
Impossible Whopper? from Burger King?
Yeah, I've had a few of them.
How is it?
They're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. They taste a little different.
Sure.
You might not immediately read it as that's not meat. You might just go like, oh, the Whopper tastes a little different. But they're fine.
I think that with regular Whoppers also.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes the quality is varied in a way that you're just like, something's up with this. With that, you might just go like, something's off, but it's still fine. Whatever.
This is on a site called The Takeout,
which
is apparently part of the same network as Kotaku, Gizmodo, Deadspin,
For now.
etc.
And then they stopped writing about takeout food just long enough, and then now look.
At the bottom rung is the budget fast food taco, a position even lower than Taco Bell. At this level, the taco is perhaps 5 times removed from what's found at Mexico City taquerias. The exemplar of this budget fast food taco comes from Jack in the Box.
Congratulations to Jack in the Box for mastery of this rung.
Yeah. They go on to say the Jack in the Box taco is a certifiable cultural phenomenon.
You're right.
Okay.
I've heard nothing bad so far.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the point about the Burger King taco. Sorry, there's too much here.
Is the Burger King taco like deep fried?
That looks to be the case. They say the Jack in the Box taco is also deep fried.
Yeah, it's the same basic. But I'm going to say that the Burger King tacos don't seem like they are quite as dripping with grease as the Jack in the Box ones are.
Can you see through them? Like, can you see the meat from the outside?
Not quite.
Okay.
If you let them sit long enough, I think they may have just put more sauce on them to cover that up or something. But
yeah. Because honestly, that's one of the selling points.
It's a different kind of damp. I think that's their slogan for the Burger King tacos. Burger King tacos, a different kind of damp.
We're moist in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's read an email. Daniel from Denver. I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider this evening when I came upon a number of containers that held nothing but experience points.
Cool.
This led me to consider that XP is a tangible substance in the Tomb Raider universe, which must be preserved lest it spoil. If this were the case in other video game realities, Final Fantasy parties and Call of Duty squads would have rivulets of rotting XP dripping out of their every inventory pouch, considering how much of it they collect. My question, what do you imagine are the properties of XP as a physical substance?
Cocaine.
Is
it's
it
just
cold?
cocaine. It's just cocaine.
Is it cold, liquid, luminescent, grown and harvested, or mined and refined?
It's mined. It's farmed. I mean, it's literally farmed.
It comes up from the ground,
Okay,
typically.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
In Pokemon, it comes in the form of candy.
Okay.
So you could stuff your Pokemon full of
Delicious.
candy and then they'll be stronger.
Candy or candy?
See, now I'm thinking it's steroids.
Right?
But then you can also give your Pokemon vitamin supplements to make them... No, yeah, it's
Is it
steroids.
vitamin supplements or vitamin supplements?
I got it from a shady person in a Pokemon Center wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
So it's probably...
Yeah.
If you farm and then grind XP, does that make it some kind of grain?
Yeah, it's like a bread. You
Yeah,
turn
okay. Yeah, sure.
So when your party gets experience from like the one character doing that, is that just a contact high?
Yeah.
Or like you're hotboxing the party?
Give us this day our daily XP.
Give us this day our daily login bonus.
It's dark.
That's what we do here at Giant Bomb.
At 3 a.m. apparently.
I'm currently transporting some guinea pigs to a friend's house so I can hide them from my landlord, who decided after the fact I'm not allowed to have them. So I just wanted to know, what is the strangest thing you've ever had in your front seat? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've had guinea pigs in the front seat many times. That's not weird, right?
No, not weird at all.
50-pound bag of unpopped popcorn that I got as a Secret Santa exchange.
How big is that?
The size of a 10-year-old. Average 10-year-old.
How much of it did you use?
I ended up donating it to a shelter. I was going to have like a party where we popped as much of it as we could and just gave it out to anyone who would come by. But then it was like, we'd probably realistically like do like 2 pounds of this and then just have an open bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
And
then a bunch of it spills and
I'm sorry.
crash dummy,
Yeah, had one so I could. They purposely put one in my car with me so I could during MythBusters so I could go through the carpool lane. And then I'd ask them like, well, what if I were to get busted? And they were like, well, don't.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Wait, so they wanted you to get through the carpet. Was that were they trying to like say like, can you get away with this?
No, it was mostly so I could run errands faster.
Oh wow.
This is when I first had started, so I was like on the bottom rung of the
Couldn't get
ladder.
you a Prius?
No. They stuck it in there, and then we dressed it up and gave it fake facial hair so I could just zoom by. It was great.
Did you ever talk to it?
Yes. There was this one time I got stuck in traffic on the way to Watsonville to pick up a train set, and I was stuck in traffic. GPS originally said an hour, but then it wound up becoming 2 hours. So I just occasionally, periodically look at this dummy next to me and just like talk to it.
Yeah.
It was really sad. It was a really dark point in my life.
Documentaries about that.
I'm sure.
It's rom-coms about that too.
You and Dave Cat.
All right. Daniel from Israel. With the upcoming Sonic movie's reception going from negative to lukewarm with the new trailer, it makes me wonder if we'll be getting a new Sonic game soon. Despite the fact that I'm no big Sonic fan, I can't help but wonder what type of Sonic game we'll get. What do you think?
A bad one.
A Strand game.
Okay, sure. Oh, what does an online Sonic game look like?
A mobile game, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like has Sega announced there are no announced Sonic games on the books right now, right? So they're probably due to at least like say, hey, we're doing the thing.
It has to be a movie tie-in, right? Like they don't pass that up.
Oh, I think they could.
Yeah.
Or is it
You
just
don't
a
see a ton
random
of
ass
that anymore.
Sonic game that comes out with the movie or close to it?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not that far off, right? Isn't it Valentine's
February?
Day?
Yeah. So they would have announced it by now if it was happening.
Let's
Unless
see.
it's a mobile game because he announced it whenever.
Sonic Mania came out in 2017.
The Sonic Racing game came out on Apple Arcade.
Yeah,
right?
those come out pretty regularly. Sonic Forces also came out in 2017.
Bless.
Yeah, and then Team Sonic Racing. There are no announced Sonic games.
They'll probably do one sometime next year, but I bet it doesn't necessarily coincide with.
I hope they
the
have
film.
another live action.
They're not going to get Ben
event
Schwartz.
No,
where they have like live action Sonic and stuff. Remember that last event that they did? They live streamed it.
Yeah, the
It was just-
Comic-Con event.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Right.
what a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it's so good.
That thing. It was like drugs. It was like watching drugs come to life.
It was drugs.
Okay.
And Crush 40 played. And it was Comic-Con, and everyone there was like, there was like people there in cosplay, but not even Sonic cosplay.
Yeah.
Just there because it was Comic-Con.
Randomly pulled in, sure.
And
What if the Sonic movie
But they
is
need a
like-
launch event like that.
What if it's like the biggest movie ever and they make a bunch of sequels and the money is so good that Ben Schwartz just can't say no.
Yeah.
But
good
then
on him.
he becomes filthy rich.
I hope so.
But then the trade-off is that he just becomes
he's the voice-
typecast
he's the
for
voice of
life.
BB-8 already, so, you know.
Ah!
So he falls into the Robert Downey Jr. problem.
I don't know that BB-8 is as identifiably Ben Schwartz as Sonic.
I don't know what you're talking about.
To be fair.
Um,
Is it worth the trade-off of being known as Sonic the Hedgehog for the rest of your life?
Yeah, sure.
To become extremely successful.
Because it's just the voice, right?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
You know, you'll have people go like, "Hey, you sound a lot like Sonic." It'll be the Tony Hawk problem.
Okay, sure.
But different.
Sure. That's fair. Also, whatever. He's funny and connected
totally,
enough that he could still go do other stuff.
Yeah, I bet he would.
He would be fine.
Yeah, the voice
Ben
of
Schwartz deserves money.
Definitely,
Pay that man.
Definitely. The voice of Elsa from Frozen is Idina Menzel, accomplished actress of the stage.
Yes, Broadway star.
Yeah, she doesn't have to do squat for the rest of her life.
That's
She
fair.
could just ride off the coattails.
I was just trying to envision the role of Sonic the Hedgehog as a
Living off the
prison
Frozen books.
from which there is no escape. All right.
I think it'll do well.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Valentine's Day, of course.
Most romantic
Sonic
thing
is for
you could do.
lovers.
Hey, what's going on, 3 a.m. boys? It's Alex from St. Pete. What are your favorite skins?
I got a cool faceplate for my 360.
What are your favorite skins?
Potato skins.
Yeah.
Chicken
On
skins.
characters.
Oh, on characters.
Oh,
Chicken skins.
I love you.
Did you just say he loves us?
I think so.
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Remember when they used to make potato skins, potato chips?
They got baked potato.
Yes.
Remember those? Because they're
They
made
still-
with potatoes
I think
and
they
skins
still.
that
I
are
think
real.
you still get like a TGI Fridays branded bag of
Yes.
chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know who made these.
I think you're right on the TGI Fridays money. I think I have had those exact thing in like middle school.
Still around? Yeah.
I like
Didn't really care
I like
for 'em.
skins over shirts.
Oh.
Sorry.
I typed.
I'll put it back on.
God, what? Salted fish skin chips?
Hell yeah! This is a shit right here.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's too expensive though. $8 for a bag, it's too much.
Well, who can do that?
God, these are
$8 for a bag.
Are those just basically fish pork rinds?
These are 24.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yo, salt. Man, y'all need to try this. It's a little. It has like a little sweet aftertaste, which is a little weird. But like the salted egg part of it, fucking fire.
Yeah, that's what. Yes, Irvin's salted egg fish skin chips.
Does it have like a little duck looking thing on, or like a little?
Is that? It's like a brown looking bag.
Yeah, that's the shit right
that's
there.
the one. Huh. Okay.
I like pork rinds. I don't care who knows it.
Yeah.
Pork rinds are all right.
Yeah.
What about this fried chicken skin? Like bag of fried chicken skin.
So I saw
Keep
that
telling me.
KFC is going to start selling chicken skins in a box, and then I thought like, oh, that's fucked up. They can't do that for like $3, like just a small box of chicken skin. When you can, like, I'll just hook you up with a bag for $2 of like,
I got
oh
$2.
man, all right, I'll bring it in. You know what?
Please.
I'll bring it in tomorrow or last week.
Yeah, bring it in last week.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Oh, my heart hurts.
What about
it, though.
what about character skins?
Oh, they suck. Yeah.
I like the
Let's move on.
I wanted to shout out that new Blanca, the
Nergigante?
Street Fighter 5 Blanca.
The Nergigante, the Monster Hunter one?
No, in the one where he's like a stuffed like animal guy.
This new one is Nergigante.
That's cool.
Okay.
But yes, the stuffed animal one, his story costume is fantastic.
I like
really
that one's really good.
I like Quake multi-skin where the Quake guy looks like Homer Simpson.
That is pretty good.
That's my
That
favorite.
sounds pretty good.
That might actually be the first skin pack in history. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably.
I get excited about Halloween skins.
Let's see. Oh,
Yeah, the Street Fighter 4 ones are nice. I like the like animal themed ones.
Yeah. I like the Overwatch ones the best, I think.
Yeah.
Those are great. Like Mercy's witch costume. That's so good.
all right, here we go. I found a wiki page for multi-skin.
Multi-skin.
Okay, we've got Duke Nukem, Mr. Toad, whoever that is,
From Disney?
a stormtrooper, Max. Like, is that the Max? I think
Is he purple and yellow?
yellow and blue.
Okay.
Yeah, the Terminator, Jean-Luc Picard, Judge Dredd, He-Man,
Okay.
Boba Fett, NYPD cop,
Chuck Norris.
Henry Rollins.
Perfect.
There's a sampling of the multi-skin pack for Quake. All right.
What about the Eminem and Dr. Dre models and
yeah.
skins for Quake 3?
That was pretty good.
Where Eminem just had a middle. There was a promotional item that
Yeah,
released.
this was a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There was a custom level that had music from, I want to say Chronic 2001 playing. Might have been an
blowing my
Eminem
mind.
album, but yeah, like, it was just this bad deathmatch
Really
level.
just an inspired product crossover.
And the Eminem model was just like holding the gun in one hand and
Yeah.
had middle finger up in the other. It's real stupid.
Yep. Pretty good stuff. All right. I move that we take a break from this nonsense and get our heads back on straight and then come back and read/listen to some more.
Okay. Why do you need State Farm renter's insurance? Because it helps protect the stuff landlords don't, like your furniture that gets drenched by a broken pipe, or when a burglar makes off with your new laptop. When you add it all up, your stuff's probably worth more than you think. But in the event of a burglary, fire, or water to your belongings from a broken pipe, landlords won't cover your loss. For pennies a day, you can make sure your stuff's protected with State Farm renter's insurance. And with more than 19,000 agents across the U.S., it's easy to find one close by, because when it comes to renter's insurance, State Farm agents are ready to help. Find an agent or get a quote at statefarm.com. That's statefarm.com.
And we're back. We're back. I think we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
If I have anything to say about it.
Oh boy. Yikes. This is
We never left.
mutiny in here.
Mutiny down below.
I think it was my turn
Sure.
Okay.
to read an email.
All right.
Let's
Please.
see.
Wait, do I need to play the song again?
No.
Once federally mandated, once per episode. Alex from Chilliwack, British Columbia.
Okay.
I was thinking about the ubiquity of the term next gen recently, and it got me thinking, how long has that phrase been used for? I wasn't paying too much attention to the gaming industry around the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 launches, so the first time I heard it, it was for the Xbox 360. Was the term used before then? If so, for how long has it been around? I would say since the magazine called Next Generation.
Right, I was going to say, when did the magazine start? Was that PlayStation 1 era?
90, definitely, but I remember specifically getting a bunch of Nintendo 64 pre-release shit out of that magazine, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I'm, memory is
that sounds right.
Notoriously unreliable, but let me just look it up real quick. That definitely feels like a 95-ish.
94. It was
magazine to me. I liked that magazine. It
was a very nice paper stock.
Yes, the thickness of the cover was very reassuring somehow. I think they straight up became Next Gen later on, right?
I don't remember.
Didn't they rebrand?
They might have. I don't know.
That was a Future magazine. I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, January 95 was the first issue.
Okay.
To January 2002. That's probably, I don't know. Did anybody ever, nobody ever called the Super Nintendo Next Generation, did they? Really?
Not in that context. I mean, I'm sure there was it's the next generation Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
On some local news report.
Exactly, yeah. Next generation of products they probably...
Yeah. But the idea of there being cycles, new consoles on a cycle wasn't really fully accepted at that point, right?
No, not really. No, there were plenty of reports around the launch of the Super Nintendo or the announcement being and it won't play the old games.
Yes.
And angry parents going I can't believe it.
Yeah. In retrospect, it's kind of fucked up that it doesn't play the old games. Maybe.
It's a little fucked up it doesn't play the old games, but
who knows if that may not have been a trivial cost to put that hardware in.
Yeah, I wonder.
At that time. Anyway, I feel like that magazine.
The Genesis could play the old games if you've got the power base converter.
That's right. It's true. That thing was cool.
Yeah.
I got one for free.
Wow.
God, right. I forgot Chris Charlo worked for Next Generation.
Yep. Yeah. Charles was there. Trent Ward was there.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, I think that magazine coincided with the PlayStation, Saturn releases and the 64.
And that was a big enough leap forward that was even just forget console to console.
Yeah.
That was just block of consoles to a new block of consoles.
Yeah,
next generation in design. So,
also moving to 3D graphics.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Holy fucking shit! This is mind blowing. Okay, that's our answer.
That's a good one.
Does that mean you want a voicemail?
Yeah, hit it.
Yeah.
Jeff and Ben, if an inanimate object with some eyes slapped on it is a Pokemon per last week's discussion of Pokemon Sword and Shield, is the poop emoji a Pokemon?
Yes.
Yep. 100%.
Jan, what are the three forms of the poop emoji? What does it involve
the
into?
3 evolutions?
Yeah.
It's pretty much that ice cream Pokemon.
Oh.
So you get 1 scoop, then you get 2 scoops, and then 3.
What are the names?
Doo-doo, and Mega Doo-doo.
No, they got rid of Megas.
Oh,
so this one's Doo-doo-drio. Doodrio. I think Dodrio is an actual Pokemon.
It's Duo.
It's Solo
Do Trio.
It's Solo Do, Double Doo, and
Mr. Do.
Wait, is Mr. Do a Pokemon?
No, Mr. Do's a clown.
They're a clown Pokemon, right?
I'm saying there's already a clown Pokemon, so why would you have 2?
Fair enough.
Oh.
Sometimes they're short.
Right.
Sometimes they're just it's a fun little joke that the caller has, and then we do 1 or 2 riffs on it.
Okay.
And sometimes the joke that the caller has is not actually that much fun to begin with, but don't let that stop you.
But you're man, we got to get 40 of these, so...
Yeah.
All right. Here's another email.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was, yes. I'm not saying that one was not fun. I'm saying sometimes they are not fun.
Jaden from Australia. My partner and I recently found out in my hunt for physical PS3 games that our local video game store, EB Games, actually banned a Senran Kagura game and Galgun from being sold in-store back in 2016.
Good.
I'm sad that I can't own the Australian physical copies and am assessing my options. It made me wonder, how far would you go or have you gone to get a game in your physical collection? or our physical collections not a worry now, considering digital is huge.
We had to drive all the way over to Appleton from Wausau to get Saturn games.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half drive, man.
Saturn games on the
Seriously.
next town over.
Well, we didn't have the Toys R Us there, and that's the only place that sold Saturn games.
Saturn was,
it was bullshit.
Limited market, let's say.
Yeah, we drive down to Burlingame all the time to get import games.
Wow.
When we were
That's a distance.
That was the only import shop.
I mean, you buying that Japanese 360, I feel like, is up there.
That was a dark time. But yeah,
I
going to
regret
Japan
that.
and buying all that shit, buying that Neo Geo, buying all those Neo Geo games. That was I didn't go there expressly for that. Yeah, that Japanese 360.
That was pretty dumb.
Yeah, but I just recently bought an Xbox 360 game, imported a Japanese 360 game that I haven't played yet because I need to find that Japanese 360 and bring it in so we can play Pengo multiplayer.
Ooh. Fair.
It's like Bomberman, but
Yeah.
Pengo.
Yeah.
And it seems kind of rad. We can all be penguins.
Dream come true.
Just to say we're not already.
I am.
Is that Burlingame store still around?
I don't
or-
think it is. Games, etc. Oh, no, the Games, etc. was on was down by Stonestown. There was a different place in Burlingame.
Okay.
I went to a Kinko's one time and printed out a high-res scan of the Japanese eco box art and put it in my PS2 case. Does that count?
Yes.
I went the opposite way. I went to GameSpot and asked them to commission me a one of those like cool. Remember how GameStop would have like the cool kid youth, like when they didn't have the actual box art for these games,
stuff. Yeah.
the like little cartoon kids. Yeah, that's my entire library.
Nice.
Yeah. What's the deal with that? Did they ever like
Name him?
try? Yeah, was that a guy? Did he have like a character arc?
Tane, stop.
Is that an answer or a command?
Both.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Random Boys? It's Will from Michigan. My roommate keeps eating, but every time he eats, he goes, How do I get him to stop doing that?
Oh, why would you want him to stop?
Dude, don't yuck his yums.
With everything he eats, it just goes, Thanks.
Okay.
You got to move out.
Just after everything, like a piece of white bread.
Yummy. That's a yummy food for me.
I think you just have to do it louder back at
Oh yeah,
him.
you gotta
escalate.
No, yeah. It's gonna encourage him.
you gotta really just.
Oh yeah,
to die for.
Oh boy.
You guys have any roommates with like really annoying quirks like that just kind of like stuck out?
I had a roommate who wasn't working at the time, and thus asked me as he was moving his things in if he could pay me less rent, which was
nice.
We were friends from way back, so I was like, sure, man, whatever. And then instead of getting and holding down a job, he just proceeded to get high all the time.
That's a fun quirk.
That was a fun quirk.
How long did that arrangement last?
Too long. He would later accuse me of like, he just doesn't like weed. Like, I mean, I don't, but also that had nothing to do with it.
I like to party. I just don't like it happening instead of rent.
It was this bizarre thing. I'm just like, dude, how do you not see this? Oh, right, you're high all the time. Anyway,
I had
a baby sleeps in that room now.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah,
pays less rent probably though.
It's not too far off.
I had a roommate whose favorite food in the world was fortune cookies. And he had a giant, apparently you can go to like the fortune cookie factory.
Hell yeah, you can.
And get the rejects, like the belly flops.
Yeah.
And he literally had like a garbage bag full of fortune cookies that he would just eat all the time. And he'd go,
I love fortune cookies. I would do that.
I like fortune cookies too, but my favorite food.
Maybe
it's a pleasant snack.
Yeah.
But not a meal.
They're not bad.
They're not.
Do they have fortunes in them? Do you have to worry
No,
about that? Oh,
they
so you
don't.
can just fucking
What?
go hard.
I was just going to say, I've never had the
shove 'em in,
experience
man.
of shoveling fortune cookies. 'Cause
Fuck
you
yeah,
can't.
that sounds great.
Well, I guess you could, but you kind of have to commit to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to answer.
All right.
I can't.
That's fair.
I can't.
They might be listening.
Yep.
All right. Here's an email from Matt in Stowe, Ohio. I'm 42 and have never played a Pokemon game.
Oh.
The new games have caught my eye, but I'm unsure if they're a good starting point. Should I take the plunge and try Sword or Shield, or am I better off starting with one of the older games for my 3DS or GBA, or am I better off leaving Pocket Monsters to the kids and working on my insane backlog?
That's an option for sure. I mean, no, those things are like built to be self-contained. Like they're for kids. Like everyone is designed to be someone's first Pokemon game.
Yeah, this one specifically, I think, does a really good job at letting you, if you want to or feel able to, skip all the tutorial stuff, so you can kind of just jump directly in. I know the last couple games, Ultra Sun and Moon, were notorious, or people hated because you had to sit through like close to like a 2 or 3 hour tutorial type of thing just to get going. So this, or like I'd even recommend Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because like that is just user friendly enough. And if you aren't familiar with Pokemon, you'll kind of recognize most of them because it's the original 150.
Also, that one's fun because of the Let's Go, or because of the Go integration stuff. Like, you know, my partner doesn't play a lot of video games, but plays a lot of Pokemon Go. And so when we suddenly had this thing where we could combine the two, it's like, it totally works. Where if you like realize like, oh, I like the catching aspect of Pokemon, but I don't like the battling aspect. You can kind of keep your collection that way.
Yeah. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was my girlfriend's first foray into the series. She completely skipped by her, but she enjoyed that one immensely because you can see everyone in the overworld. You have a little buddy following you around, and then she wound up like getting into like shiny hunting super hardcore. That there you can see the shiny color variants in the overworld. So yeah, it's neat. Or you could just skip it.
Do what you feel.
Hey, Jeff and Ben. Every year for my company's costume contest, I dress up as a different version of Ernest from one of his movies. This has been going on for 5 years.
Nobody's
Should I
noticed.
continue this bit or give it up next year? Thanks.
Can you, any of you, individually off the top of your head, name more than 5 Ernest movies?
Ernest Goes to Camp.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yep.
Those are the two items. Space?
Ernest Scared Stupid?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Did he go to space?
No.
Is there a Christmas one?
Siri, did Ernest go to space?
Okay.
No.
That answers that.
Is Scared Straight the one with the, or is it, wait, straight or stiff? Scared.
I thought it was stupid.
Stupid?
Yeah, scared stupid.
God,
that sounds
how did
right.
I completely forget what you just said? Ernest Scared.
Ernest Goes to School. Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Goes to Camp.
Christmas. Yeah.
Slam Dunk Ernest.
You're right.
Someone's got to.
Ernest Goes to Africa.
God, really?
Ernest in the Army.
Did his costume actually change in between movies?
I don't think it did.
Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Rides Again. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Is Scared Stupid the one with the milk?
I don't know.
Weird milk stuff.
I just remember the cover.
What do you mean by weird milk stuff?
Like there was something. There was like there were monsters that were like trying to steal the milk or something. I don't know, man. I think I saw it as a child.
Wow.
And that's what's floating back through
more than
my memory. There's something about milk theft or something.
But do like an image search. Did his costume change that much?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
Or was it
and
all themed?
He kind of always yeah, he kind of looks like he only had the jean vest, white shirt. His hat looks like it changes.
Okay.
Because like he's wearing a big like kind of safari hat in the Africa one.
I feel like that's got to be the joke, right? Is you just get to put the same costume on again, and then people ask you what you dressed up as, and you get to say a different movie every year.
Different movie, yeah.
And then I guess the larger question is anyone noticing?
Right.
He like maybe brings one prop. It's like, oh, I'm in handcuffs.
Here's a basketball.
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
I
bet in Ernest Goes to Jail he wears stripes.
Probably.
At some point.
The pull quote on the cover of the VHS of Ernest Scared Stupid is just wacky. That's the most they can muster about Ernest.
Wasn't Jim Varney like a classically trained actor or something?
I think so.
I think that's right. I want that.
I mean, he
to be
can
right.
do a lot like that. He does a lot of really good face stuff, and a lot of like stage actors
Okay.
really have that as a tool.
All right. Here's an email from Dan in Brooklyn. Recently, I got into a Lyft, and my driver, who looked like he was in his mid-20s, asked if I liked, quote, classic rock. I said yes, and he put on Korn. Given that Korn's debut album is 25 years old, was he right?
No!
Well, so the classic rock stations. I mean, well, okay, classic rock has evolved to mean a specific era of rock,
okay.
and not just old rock.
That is the answer
But-
I wanted to be true,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if that actually counted or not.
But
So what's the cutoff? Like late 70s, let's say? Like 79?
I think there's probably some early to mid 80s that has
Like
crept in there.
like
Oh, I don't know. Really?
Yeah.
Anything that came out while I was alive doesn't count as classic rock to me.
All right.
Korn's not rock.
Also that.
I mean, Korn rocks.
Korn is rock, though,
But-
kind of. I mean,
Okay.
What defines rock?
He was not right, is what you're saying?
I think
I would no. He should.
he was like, that's like a spirit versus letter of the law type of thing.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Where by the original definition of when classic rock was being formed, it was just old.
Yeah.
And so by that original definition, probably, but over time, like I said, there are now like almost like waves of classic rock.
Sure.
Like if you are on a satellite radio setup,
Oh yeah.
they have one station called Classic Vinyl and then one called Classic Rewind. The implication
Okay,
being
yes.
like,
Yes, the format.
here's some 80s shit that you got on tape.
Yep.
Versus some shit you would have got records for.
Sure.
And that's like your 70s versus 80s type thing.
Here's in Jonathan Davis's own words. We've always been looked at as what they called the new metal thing, but we were the black sheep of that and never fitted into that kind of thing. We were always evolving, and we always piss off fans, and we're always gaining other fans, and that's how it is.
That's fucking
Sounds like exactly what they would love to believe about themselves.
It's art. We're artists, is his definitive answer to what genre of music do you perform.
God.
Let's take on that mantra.
Yeah. That's
We're artists.
It's art. We're artists. Sometimes I cannot feel my face.
A 3 a.m. boys here in Minneapolis. 3 a.m. We just played Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2. Yeah. We played pool, and we were just wondering, what's your favorite game within a game?
Like a mini game. I played a lot of what's it called Jump Pack, Jumpman, the game that was in Donkey Kong 64. Where
Jetpack.
Yeah, I played more Jetpack than I played Donkey Kong 64. I think.
Yeah, it's a better game.
Yeah.
They did like a remake of Jetpack for 360 for Xbox Live Arcade.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Well, it was originally a computer game.
Yeah.
Was that part of?
They didn't just make it for Donkey Kong.
No, I know.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
I know, but like, why?
Yeah, the remake is there's, you're also not wrong.
Was that part of Rare Replay?
Yeah,
Jetpack?
Jetpack's probably in there. That
Yeah.
seems like something that would
Okay.
be.
Weird.
I don't know.
God, I'm having a hard time thinking of any.
Game within a game.
Yeah. Like any actual release game is a cop out. I feel like. Like you can't just say VF2 from.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in one of the Shenmues
Yeah.
or something? Like you can't just say that.
Oh yeah.
Well, then,
Damn it.
Jetpack doesn't count because it's in.
Well-
It's on a ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, but who
somewhere.
had that?
No one in this country.
The Hall of Meat stuff from Skate 3. I think I
Okay.
spent a good chunk of that versus the actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spent a good amount of time trying to play that card game in Final Fantasy VIII. I don't remember what the hell it's called.
Tetra. Triple Triad.
Triple Triad.
Sure. I tried to play that game.
I think that's right, isn't it?
Isn't it Triple Triad and then there was a Tetra one, or am I thinking of the Zelda Tetra?
Man, I don't know.
I liked Gwent.
There you go.
But did you play Gwent when they made it a full game?
No.
Yeah.
That's why that one's disqualified.
Played a little bit of Turbo Turkey Puncher in Doom 3.
Turbo Turkey Puncher.
That's all I can think of.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Yep. There you go. Crap. I need an email.
Do you need me to play the theme?
No, it's okay.
Juice is going.
No, I'm good. I think.
I can do it.
Pavlo from Philly.
Just press a button.
Will there ever be another Dead Space?
Oh, I'd like there.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just enough of a cult favorite there's some version of EA that tries to bring it back.
I think if they bring it back, it's not even. It's something called Dead Space that has very little.
Yeah,
to do.
it would be.
It's more like
Respawn make Dead Space.
All right.
Let Respawn make Dead Space. Let Respawn take control of as many IPs as they want. Give them anything.
How about what if instead Titanfall 3?
Sure. I mean, but like,
yeah, let Respawn take control of the Titanfall IP.
Yeah. I just like, Dead Space to me was one of those games that was defining. It led to like, I don't want to say like directly to a Dark Souls, but like if I think about how that game worked with its ammo system and stuff and its atmosphere to really make you feel like you had to play carefully and smart and like just work your way through slowly compared to like something like Resident Evil 4, which I also really liked, but that was not a game. Like those were both scary games.
Yeah,
but Dead Space had this like terror in it that really influenced a lot of modern games, I think, in a lot of ways.
God, man, Dead Space was so good.
Yeah.
You mean like, are you talking like Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't happen if a Dead Space doesn't happen? Like, is it like that type of influence?
That guy would have still been making like Christian themed video games if it wasn't for Dead Space.
That's true. I like Dead Space. I just feel like EA, when I think about the games they do bring back, and even then when they bring them back and then realize, oh, maybe we shouldn't have or whatever, I think about that Mirror's Edge.
Yeah,
they did.
I guess so. Yeah.
And I just, as much as I like Dead Space, I feel like it maybe didn't ever achieve the
like if
it's not Mirror's Edge is probably a bigger like name in some ways.
I think so.
Maybe not now. Maybe not now after the fact, after they put that thing out and kind of no one cared and whatever. But in terms of fervor for people wanting it brought back, Mirror's Edge had a following and all that stuff that I think Dead Space doesn't quite.
I think Dead Space 3 also had something to do with that, where people were like,
not fantastic. Definitely not. Also,
they made 3 of them.
I just looked up Dead Space 1 and it sold less than I would have thought. It was a different time, but it's over 2 million copies, which is not terrible, but not like if the corporate calculus is, will this make us $1 bazillion to make a new one?
Yeah, I just don't think Dead Space is in that camp.
It's not that big.
Is there ever a multiplayer mode in Dead Space? Or am I just making co-op?
Three had co-op.
Co-op. That's what it was.
Which was like kind of interesting, but also not what I want out of a Dead Space game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. Let's say no.
Oh,
sorry.
A remaster. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Schluter boys. Schluter boys, if you're nasty. Brian from Attica. I'm just calling because I get panic attacks, and I'm having, I can feel one coming on right now. Nothing to worry about because I've gotten pretty good at managing them when I know they're coming up. But so one of the things I do is I will play Rocket League because it's when you're playing Rocket League, you literally can't focus on anything else, not if you want to play it well. And I'm not particularly good at it or anything. So I was wondering if you guys have anxiety stuff and what perhaps gaming related stuff do you do to help manage it? Stay frosty.
You got it. I do. I do frequently have panic attacks. I'm on medication for it, and video games help an awful lot. Like Tetrasphere not Tetrasphere, but Tetris Effect when that came out, that was a big one. Just playing the solo, the chill mode, that helped an awful lot. I could totally see where
in VR or out of VR would one work better than another, or
not necessarily. No. I would normally play it out, I guess, but.
I would also say Tetris to me. That's like he's describing. Like when you're really in the zone in Tetris, you're like not thinking that you don't have the mental capacity to have a panic attack because you're just panicking about what's happening to you in the game.
But at the same time, I don't like playing it in a really competitive kind of lines mode. I just want to clear a certain amount of lines. That's where the casual mode was so great. I didn't have that pressure. Which could exasperate, your panic attack. I don't know. See, that's why Rocket League would not be good for me because my fucking blood boils.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an inherently multiplayer game.
Yeah.
You're kind of esportsing it up,
right?
And
I'm awful at it, so I just get pissed. Yeah, that's not going to help me. It's not gonna help me chill.
What about just like general kind of cool down, come down games? You guys have anything that you go to? You just want to go to like a good place, play a little game, play a little, Super Mario World is one for me that like I'll play that game once a year just to I haven't played that in a while. I'll start playing it, kind of have nice nostalgic memories come back.
I think for me, it's just like I'll fuck around with some old shit. Not necessarily a specific game or anything like that, but it'll be like, and it might be games I've never even played before on a platform that I did own or something like that. It's like, what's up with this? What's up with this thing? What's up with Food Fight? 1982's Food Fight. Charlie Chuck and those 4 chefs.
Do you think that was the best game of 1982?
It was up there, but probably not the best game.
Charlie Chuck?
Charlie Chuck.
Huh.
You play as Charlie Chuck in Food Fight.
Charlie Chuck is no Peter Pepper.
No.
I'm sorry to say.
Is Charlie Chuck made of meat?
No, he's just a guy.
Oh, he's just a guy. Well,
Yeah.
you still made of meat if you're a guy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like,
He's just, I think he chucks the food.
Gotcha.
Oh.
If I had to
It's not like
guess.
a Chuck Wagon kind of situation.
The best video game of 1982 is Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's
probably.
Yeah.
Pac-Man Championship Edition. I used to play that to like kind of calm down, like avoiding the ghosts, the little drift you got.
Okay.
That's neat.
Okay, sure, yeah. I can see it. I mean, like a Geometry Wars or something.
Yeah.
All right. Vince from Philly. Some interesting Well, we'll get to that. I was just picking up a pizza at my corner pizza shop when the guy in front of me put his phone down on the counter to sign the receipt. I noticed he was listening to last week's Giant Bombcast.
Hey.
I considered speaking to him, but before I made a decision, he grabbed his order and was out the door. Did I miss the chance of a lifetime or dodge a bullet? Do you guys ever strike up conversations with random people that you find something in common with? I grew up in the South, so it's not the strangest thing in the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out the previous emailer was also from Philly.
I was going to say,
what if it was him?
Whoa.
Starcraft gamers.
Yep. That's that term.
That's famous. Yes. The bard himself could not say it so eloquently. I don't think I would necessarily.
I don't often.
If it's niche, like if it's really niche, like there was I think it was Australian, it was either from Australia or New Zealand, a show called Danger 5 that I was a really big fan of, and I saw somebody with a Danger 5 shirt, and I was just like, hey, nice shirt, because like I don't know anyone else who even watches the show, and we talked for like 10 minutes about it. It was really nice. Just I'm not their friend or anything because of it, but like that was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like the closest I would get to something in that situation would be walking past and point at the and say, hell yeah, Danger 5, and just keep moving.
Yep. Yeah.
It helped that we were both waiting for the train.
Okay.
Like we were both just standing there anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's run into this situation, and I'll meet her up at the end of one of her classes, on like Thursdays or whatever. And she actually has a class with someone that listens or watches Giant Bomb, and he has a Giant Bomb sticker on her laptop, and she keeps like asking me, it's like, should I say hi? Like, should I say what's up to him or something? Because like I'm dating you. It's like you don't have to. You can. And there was one time I was sitting in the hallway waiting for her to get out, and I think it was a dude that like saw me and like double taked, and then he didn't know whether or not to say hi to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
just layers.
Yeah. And then my girlfriend just keeps egging it on. It's like, wow, Jan, how's your day at Giant Bomb? Good?
Oh, it's Tuesday. Did you do the Giant Bombcast today?
It's like, oh, it's Thursday. You guys stream. Premium sale? What? Is the premium sale still going?
No, not as of this
anymore.
Yeah,
Thank you to everyone who signed up
Yes.
for Giant Bomb Premium.
And now sign up anyway.
Yeah. So that guy in my girlfriend's class, stop fucking skipping class, dude. It's near the end of the semester. Don't mess up.
He's listening.
Finish strong.
You finish strong.
I always get a kick out when people like come up and say hi. But my favorite interactions are when I'm like on BART or something, and somebody's like listening, and they look down and they look up, and they like look down and they look up, and they'll say like, "I was just listening to you talk, but now I'm talking to you right now," and it like blows their mind.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then you sign the screen of their phone.
Nice.
And permanent.
With a knife.
Yeah.
And then them.
And then I signed your flesh with my blade.
What's up, 3AM boys? This is Pete. I'm calling you from Japan.
Oh.
It's a little past 3 p.m.
I can't stay up till 3 a.m. My wife won't let me. Anyways, my question is, what are your top 3 now obsolete mobile phone games or smartphone games? You know, they like the old school ones you're playing on your iPhone 3GS or whatnot. For me, I'd have to say number 3, good old fashioned bookworm, PopCap joint.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Dungeon Raid.
Yeah.
Number 1, Doom RPG.
I was going to say that.
2 of my 3.
I was a big fan of Tilt to Live.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, on my iPod Touch. I was a big Doodle Jump guy. When that first came out, that was, like, I think of those as obsolete ones because, like, Doodle Jump specifically is like, there's a billion games like it that have iterated upon it and stuff like that.
Yeah, for me, it was Doom RPG, Dungeon Raid. Tony Hawk for the N-Gage.
Dope Wars.
There was I guess it was a tower defense called Field Runners that I really liked.
Oh, I remember Field Runners.
Yeah. Now it's on the little iPads or fake tablets they give you at Olive Gardens.
Man.
You have to pay to play on a lot of those, don't you? Yeah, that's where that breaks for me. Is like,
but it's unlimited. You could unlimited games.
I can unlimited games.
You can unlimited games, Jeff.
And breadsticks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If I get the card for unlimited pasta, do I get free games with it or no?
No, you
That's a
don't.
different card.
I can speak.
Fuck that. Did you get the card?
Did you get the card?
No, I almost got the card.
Wait,
and then
can you get such
you
a
have
thing?
a pasta passport.
How much is it?
It's like $100
for what period of time?
A full year.
Okay.
And then it's like unlimited pasta bowls, but like all the time.
Anytime you want?
Anytime you want.
That what?
I think it's dine-in only though.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they sold out for 2020.
Oh, is it a limited quantity?
It's a limited, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, what would stop you
It's a
from
gold
just
card.
going every day?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, man.
Yo, when
I'm not saying I would do it.
When I went in with my girlfriend to get unlimited pasta bowls, there was a dude, old Asian guy, like probably in his 60s. He had a walker at his table going in on the pasta bowls by himself.
Yeah.
And then whenever like the server would give him one of his bowls, he'd be like, okay, I also want to order my next 2 rounds while you're still here. And then like and you also get unlimited salad while you're at it. And it was like, I need more salad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, this is that guy.
$100 for unlimited food for a year?
Jan, no, I have to clarify.
There's 2
here.
versions.
There's 2 versions.
It used to be 100.
The first version is there's a 9-week pass.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the $100 price point. And then there is the lifetime pasta pass upgrade. The lifetime pasta pass upgrade grants you lifetime supply of pasta. In order to be eligible, you must purchase the $100 pass, opt in to a special raffle, and then after that, you will have to upgrade $400 more. So that's a $500 buy-in.
They're estimating that you will live about 5 years.
I mean, if you're eating every day at Olive Garden, that's generous.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, that's home.
I'm sure they ran the numbers on how often people actually come in with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Because that seems like a pretty cost-effective way to eat. But
Yeah. Kind of.
Gratuity is not included.
Fuck. All right. Let's keep it moving here. How many more of these we got?
All right. This is kind of a long one. We're just going to take these one at a time. Martin from Denmark. Listening to your podcast, I can't help but notice some of the things you talk about and take for granted, but which feel very foreign to someone from another continent. Here are a few examples. You talk about having to do your taxes every year and how much of a hassle it can be. Where I'm from, almost everything is handled automatically. Most people only have to adjust a few things about their transportation, and that's it. It takes about 5 minutes. Is it that complicated?
Yes. The nice thing is you can do it for free. The bad thing is that the people who make TurboTax are trying to pass legislation to make it so you can't do it for free.
Well,
Good stuff.
I mean, also doing it for free is unbelievably complicated. Like,
It's only complicated like if you own property or you know.
Well, but even the most basic stuff, you still have to know which numbers go where.
Yeah.
And
You can definitely mess up pretty easily, which I did low in year.
Right, like if you're just filling out all the forms yourself, like they do not make it easy. And that is probably by design to a large extent.
Yeah. Yes, it is complicated.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, if you have multiple streams of revenue, it's fucking complicated shit.
If you're a freelancer, it's a nightmare.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
You often talk about artificial data caps on your internet connection at home. To my knowledge, this doesn't exist in my country. If you have a connection, you can use it as much as you want. Is this a widespread phenomenon in the States? Seems like more and more.
Like it's getting there, yeah.
It's a widespread scourge.
Yeah, totally. I think it only started being a thing like 3-ish years ago or something.
Yeah.
Like it came back. I feel like it was more of a thing early, like years before that.
I don't remember it ever really being a big...
The same way like phones went through a similar process of like it was unlimited, then it wasn't, and then now they'll let you pay into an unlimited tier, but
I mean, like long distance calls used to be expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And that, speaking of phones, like I have an unlimited data plan on my phone. It's not really unlimited. There are caps even on unlimited plans.
Do they do the thing where they just like throttle the hell out of you if you use
they
too
give
much?
you like 50 megs up if you, or down if you, or not even like 5 megs down or something.
I feel like this is very situational by country. Because like he's from Denmark and says that caps are unheard of there, but I feel like I've seen a lot of people from Australia, for example, say that they have caps
really
like crazy.
bad there.
Yeah.
So of course they're also their own continent, which is probably an issue.
Stop being a continent.
Yeah, that's right.
Become incontinent.
Exactly. It's the only way through.
Or just run more undersea
and
cables.
and through.
Then I've heard you mention credit scores. As I understand it, this is a record of your ability to pay your bills on time. Is that correct? Again, this is a very foreign term, so I was wondering if you could tell me exactly what it entails.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
I mean, boiled down to one sentence, that's
a pretty good reductive way to look at it, I guess. It's more complicated than it's both more complicated and more obscure than that because nobody comes out and tells you anything about it.
Yeah.
You can only pay.
You can see it once a year for free.
Also, as we've learned recently, the agencies that track your credit are prone to leaking personal information.
Yep.
Financial information.
It's good stuff.
You can have it like get messed up where, let's just say, for example, I have a friend whose parents offered to pay off student loan payments for a year after graduation as a sort of graduation gift.
Yeah.
And then if they, let's say, for example, accidentally set up the wrong bank account onto that thing and the payments actually don't go through for a year, it will take your credit score and put it at low, let's say like, I don't know, around a low hundreds number.
That's a very low number.
Yeah, and you can spend then the next, I don't know, let's just say, for example, 6 years of your life very, very slowly working that back up to a normal number, and it's still not good enough for some people.
Yeah.
Just for an example.
Yeah, credit score is the hidden number they will check if you try to take out a, if you
try to get
a car loan, car loan. I mean, like
applying to a rent a house,
mortgage, car loan, any of that stuff. They're gonna dig into your credit and see if you actually pay your bills on time.
Jesus.
It's not enough to have credit cards. You have to have them and use them.
So there's a bunch of weird.
But not too much.
There's a bunch of weird.
Use them and pay them off. Don't float too much.
Yeah, like having a credit card and not using it is bad for your credit. What else? There's a bunch of weird ass rules like your credit
canceling a credit card is bad for your credit.
Because your credit
applying is bad for
your credit history only goes back as far as your oldest credit card. So if you cancel your oldest credit card, you lose all of that history.
Yeah.
Straight up, your credit score goes down whenever you just straight up apply for a card.
Technically,
it's bad. It's a bad system.
It's not good.
Transmissions. In my country, 9 out of 10 cars have manual transmissions, but when traveling in the States, you can only seem to rent cars with automatic.
Yep.
Can you even buy a car in the States with manual transmission? And more importantly, do people even know how to drive one?
I feel like fewer people know how to drive manual. I didn't learn. I never learned.
Yeah, I did. I drove a 5-speed for years.
I learned from Lucky and Wild.
That'll do. But I feel like most cars are coming standard automatic these days.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it used to be that like getting automatic transmission cost more money, and now that's just kind of standard. It usually seems like actually the opposite has happened. So now you'll get to these higher tier of cars where you want a higher speed or
oh sure,
like this is the touring model of the Civic and it only comes in manual transmission and shit like that because it's meant to be driven fast.
Yes. There's a weird haughtiness around driving stick.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like car aficionados. Like there's a
and especially in a city with as many hills as this, driving stick in San Francisco
it would be a fucking nightmare.
Extra fucking sucks.
Here. Yeah. Okay, that's his list. There you go.
Ain't that America?
America in a nutshell.
Hey, Giant Bomb crew. I don't know who else to ask this question to. What would karate-flavored potato chips taste like? Thanks.
Like a kick in the mouth.
Yeah. Like
what does that mean?
Blood?
I don't know.
Like a fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
All right.
Just kind of coppery taste of blood.
So like a spicy copper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're a spicy copper. I don't know. That's all I got.
A Maui onion.
Okay.
Kung food for the Atari Lynx. In stores now.
Okay. Crap. That was a short one.
I'll do one more of each.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
This is from James. As we close out this decade and look to the future and new consoles, what are some features or experiences you hope the next decade brings? Personally, I'm hoping for better crowd and NPC systems, much better hair tech, more destructible and interactive environments, and AI-driven voice systems like dynamic VO, to name a few.
I wonder, the voice stuff. I wonder if we could get there. You have all the Series and assistants like that are getting better.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but like you start to wonder if that could get good enough over the next handful of years.
I don't know that I would ever want it for a main character, but maybe if it was used for like a side NPC, like more random ambient stuff, that could be cool.
Sure.
Bring back text adventures and let me type what I want my character to say and have it say it out loud and parse it. And
how about? I mean, those new boxes are going to have way more CPU horsepower than the old ones. So, like, look for different simulation-y kind of things.
Right.
Like coming off a Control. Actually, the Control devs are out there talking about the new consoles. Like, there was some suggestion that they're porting Control to the new consoles in this interview, but like they're talking about like, look at all the shit that is like rigged for physics in those environments.
Right.
Like drawers and cabinets and like fucking anything that can move in the Control environment moves.
Yeah.
And like they're talking about being able to go way harder with stuff like that.
That'd be amazing.
So like any kind of environmental simulation stuff like that would be cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything on just like these services front. Well, I mean, obviously like the streaming stuff. Will happen one way or the other. But like, just capabilities of the console, like all their load time stuff, intelligent downloads, like that sort of stuff seems like the stuff they will do, but I'm trying to think along those lines, like what else would there be? I don't know.
All right, man.
Yeah, there's a weird. I'm just
real conversation.
No,
starter.
well, I'm just
I
thinking,
get
I'm
it.
thinking that stuff through.
It's like, to a large extent, nobody's going to know it until they see it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the weird thing about the next consoles is like it's hard to wrap your mind around. Like, okay, well, you know what PCs do now, you know what PCs will likely do in the future, and I think you're right. The CPU stuff and more system simulation, that sort of stuff.
Because most games are hamstrung by having to run on consoles, even if they run on a PC. Like that stuff with Last of Us 2, where they're like simulating the heartbeat of every AI in the environment. Like imagine going way further with something like that. Like the amount of just like dynamic behaviors you can enable.
Yeah. I think that's where it gets into like there are probably cases where you could needlessly build those systems out when you don't need to simulate everything. You could fudge it and have the same result to the player.
Sure.
Imagine how insane Dynasty Warrior games are going to get. Just like, because you can, like, I'm thinking about games where, like, okay, you can have like a billion enemies on screen. What kind of games are those? Okay, Dynasty Warriors with like bigger, crazier maps, just like thousands upon thousands of dudes running at you.
The thing is it never quite works out that way because every dude just looks better enough to where it's always the same number of dudes. They just are now in 4K. And
well, hopefully they can really ramp up the dude tech.
Yeah, I think if they want to ramp up the dude tech, I wouldn't mind seeing it drop down to like, hey, this only runs at 720p.
Yeah.
It's going to blow your fucking mind.
Yeah. Let me fight 128 Marios.
We've got a million enemies on screen. God, they haven't put out a Dynasty Warriors in like 2 years.
Well, they did all those side ones, like the Zelda one.
Warriors, the Persona one's coming out.
That's fair.
Fire Emblem one.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Voicemail one.
Yeah.
Hey, 3 a.m. boys. It's 3 a.m. and I was wondering, which would you rather fight? A fire-breathing McChicken or a McChicken-breathing dragon? Thanks.
Man.
He sounded so disappointed with what he had said by the end of that call. He was like, I cannot believe I did this.
I think he was upset because they weren't real. I think he was like so happy thinking about it, and then he ended the call, and he's just like, oh.
I would take the latter because then I would kite it around for a long time. So we would continue breathing McChickens everywhere and then finally take it out and then have a giant pile of McChickens.
You think you could take out a dragon? I mean, he can't breathe fire, but he's still a dragon, you know? It's still large. It's got that tail, teeth, presumably.
Do you think the dragon eats its own McChickens?
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say it, like...
Dogs eat their own barf.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's like not how it mainly sustains itself, but if it eats one here or there, it's not going to worry about it.
Is it spitting McChickens out like whole sandwich after whole sandwich, or just the bits and pieces?
No, they're whole sandwiches. They're wrapped.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't think about that.
Okay.
Huh.
I feel like those
I don't want
could
to be gross here, but
a McChicken, how fast would you have to launch a McChicken out of like a fucking t-shirt gun
to
where
cause
it
some
did
damage?
Yeah, exactly. Like when does a McChicken become fatal?
Right. What velocity?
Conception.
Unsafe at any speed.
Right.
But I think, again, you're ignoring the fact that it's still a dragon at the end of the day that you have to take down. Whereas a fire-breathing McChicken is one sandwich. And fire is scary and dangerous and bad. Fire bad. But
if you take it down, you just get to eat a giant McChicken.
Is it giant?
I think
Or
it's
is
just a McChicken.
Yeah, if it's just a McChicken, like how big of a flame can come out of a regular sized McChicken?
Well, it's a regular
sandwich?
sized McChicken, but it can shoot a dragon-sized flame.
That sounds
bad.
That seems scary.
Come on.
That's worst of all worlds.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to close the distance on that.
Yeah. There's no chance.
Get a hose. Fire hose.
Yeah, but then you ruin the McChicken.
Yeah, that's like you're going to eat a chicken.
Soggy.
I always ruin part of it, and then I eat the... I can also go to McDonald's and buy a McChicken.
Do you think the dragon's McChicken gland is a delicacy?
Oh, yeah. Like if
Do you think can you overstuff it and like...
you have to take it out alive, though, is the problem.
Eat it like foie gras?
You have to harvest that part of the body live. So you have to like that's like an extra, like when you're playing Monster Hunter and you're cutting off the tail off. It's an extra challenge.
Oh, right.
Does it poo chicken nuggets though?
No, chicken and dumplings.
Okay.
We've been over this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go for the McChicken.
Okay.
I want to hear everyone's response.
Quantity.
dragon.
Quantity.
I would take the dragon.
Dragon.
For sure.
Dragon.
I feel like the dragon and I would become friends,
Yeah.
and he would just provide me with McChickens whenever I needed them.
I think y'all are gonna get crushed by a dragon.
I hope
and
that
more McChickens
I
for
hope
me.
that he can customize the orders because I do not want mayonnaise, and I would appreciate some cheese.
Have you had the chicken McGriddle with cheese yet?
Yes.
It's good, right?
Yes. Yes, it's good. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Can we make it so the dragon spits out those?
Only before noon or 11:30.
Shit.
It's all day now. It's
He
fine.
doesn't have all day. He's
No,
a dragon. He's
that's
from the past.
You're right. You're right. It's not up to
okay.
standards.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay. That does it for both emails and voicemails?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
That's the dump truck.
That's okay.
Does he play it again?
Do you beep us out? How
No,
does
I
this
don't.
work?
I'm just getting the normal.
Whoa. Hang on. That's
What?
Okay.
You asked about it.
I think I would rather hear the dump truck.
All right.
Is that possible? Can we do this?
Let's do it.
Okay. Beep, beep, beep.
Voicemail dump truck.
That's right. Thanks everybody for listening. We've got Game of the Year stuff going on all week.
Yeah, we're
So-
recording it. You won't see it for
Yes.
a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
so we'll be tied up with that for
yeah.
most of the week.
We'll be back
but,
with a regular show.
Yeah.
Next
I think
Tuesday.
We'll be around on Friday for a stream.
Yes.
I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that.
Back
and
that
then-
voicemail dump truck up to giantbomb.com/ That's
Yes.
it. Nothing.
Just
Go to the homepage.
That's right. Everything will be there. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.